Well, this week the Yes campaign, led by Anthony Albanese, announced a date for the upcoming referendum.
Today I announce that referendum day will be the 14th of October. On that day, every Australian will have a once-in-a-generation chance to bring our country together and to change it for the better.
On October 14, Australians will finally be able to have their say on this issue. But behind the gloss and the shine of the Yes campaign launch was a feeling of anger by those on the other side of the debate. Albanese might have been extremely positive at the official launch campaign, but he has also used this debate to label journalists as conspiracy theorists behind the protection of parliamentary privilege.
This is a ripper. That is the Uluru Statement from the Heart on an A4 bit of paper. Nothing exposes the falseness of the arguments being put by the No campaign than this conspiracy theory and nonsense. Something that has been out there, like a whole lot of the QAnon theories. We have all sorts of conspiracy stuff out there. That is a conspiracy in search of a theory, Mr Speaker. They're struggling to get their scares straight. I mean, what role did Marcia Langton play in the faking of the moon landing, Mr Speaker?
And now, many well-intentioned No voters feel personally attacked by the Yes campaign. Here is Warren Mundine weighing into the issue.
This Prime Minister from day one had attacked people who had a different opinion to him, called them names, and that opened up the floor for the whole division to start, with all the horrible racial abuse, with all the horrible bigotry that's been going on out there, and it's all Albo. He's the one who started this. He's the one who's brought it out. And if he thinks that the Voice is the answer to fixing everything, this magic wand, then he's not answering the real question.
Powerful stuff. Tensions are definitely high on both sides of this debate, and I'm sure many Australians are looking forward to October the 15th. Caleb, the campaign's launched. What do you make of how the debates are going both sides? And do you think we're going to be able to come out of this, the other side of it, fully intact as a nation?
Look, I fear we won't, to be perfectly honest, because if there is a yes vote, you will have enshrined division in the Constitution forever. And if there is a no vote, we will not hear the end of it. It will get ugly. And I don't think that's good for the nation either way. But what you see there from Albanese and on the attack and suggesting that reporting of the Voice to Parliament is conspiracy theories. By the way, I would like to know what Marcia Langton's role was in the faking of the moon landing. It does a disservice to not only the Australian media but the Australian people, because it suggests those of us who are simply asking questions about, well, what is the Uluru Statement of the Heart? What are these other 25 pages that are tacked on to that one front page, overarching piece? What would a Voice to Parliament do? This isn't conspiracy theory stuff. These are genuine questions that Australian people have. And the Yes campaign does itself no service by trying to tell those people that they're racist or they're conspiracy theorists or whatever. Some people are starting to wake up to that. The South Australian Premier, Peter Malinauskas, this week, he's an eminently sensible man. He comes from the Yes side, was part of the big launch in Adelaide this week, and has said, if we want to move people, if we want to turn the dial for the Yes campaign, we can only do it by persuading them. You can't tell people that they're idiots or they're racist. They will simply turn off. And I think that's exactly what you've seen happen in response to people like Albanese beating us over the head.
Kel, is it too late for the Yes campaign to make a more sensible, more rational, less antagonistic bid? Or is the damage done?
The damage is done because Warren Mundine was right. That what Albanese did was to unleash these forces. Take the language he used very early in the piece, where he says this is just the decent thing to do. What does that mean if you're intending to vote no? It means you're indecent. That's what it means. So he unleashed all of this. And there are people who, and this is what Caleb, I think, was getting at, there are people who can see there's an unexamined assumption at the heart of the Yes campaign. The unexamined assumption is what divides us is greater than what unites us. We're united by our common humanity. You know, we all laugh, we all cry, we eat, sleep, work, have babies, love our families. But they say, no. The racial characteristics from your history and whatever, that's so powerful, it wipes out what connects us as human beings. So if some of us look at it, we're thinking intelligently, the assumption here is what divides us is greater than what unites us. We can't accept that. So we're not being indecent, but we're being bullied and badgered into being told, look, thinking that our common humanity unites us as one people in Australia is wrong, you're not decent for thinking like that. The division is now really deep. What's going to happen on the 15th of October, I hesitate to think there'll be a lot of very, very unhappy people.